Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. When I went up to my local game store earlier today, I picked up Memoir 44 by Days of Wonder. I really like the Star Wars Battle of Hoth game, and I picked up a second copy of that as well, so that when I go through the campaign, I can eventually go through the epic mission that is going to require two copies of the game. So, we're going to crack this open, see what's in the box, and then I will be completely caught up on product unboxings at this point. I'll need to do a little bit of maintenance. And yes, Dave, that's the point of the exercise, rapid fire unboxings. And after this, I will be going back to my desk where I'll be on camera for tonight's last game of the evening. So, let's take a look at the back of this box. Memoir 44, the official game of the 60th anniversary of the D-Day landings, except it's a lot more than the 60th anniversary of the D-Day landings. I would say it's probably the 81st anniversary, actually. From the opening minutes of D-Day to the liberation of Paris and beyond, Memoir 44 airdrops you into the key battles that turned the tide in Western Europe. Omaha Beach, Pegasus Bridge, the Ardennes. You'll command your troops in battlefields that defined history in the 20th century. Memoir 44 is a unique historical game where players face off in over a dozen World War II battles on an oversized hex game board. Each battle scenario mimics the historical terrain, troop placements, and objectives of each army. Deploying his forces through a variety of command and tactic cards, the smart commander uses the unique skills of his units, infantry, paratrooper, tank, artillery, and even resistance fighters, to its greatest strength. Easy to learn and fast-paced, Memoir 44 requires strategic card play, timely dice rolling, and an aggressive yet flexible battle plan to achieve victory. Let's crack this open and see what we've got in here. I think we're going to use something up here. Perfect. Then we can close the knife because we are now done with it. We'll get the shrink wrap off. There we are. Okay. Shrink wrap is off. Let's pull this open and see what we've got in here. There we go. I was going to say, assuming the box wants to come off. I'm going to make sure that's the top. I want to put that out of my way. Rules and battle scenarios, we'll thumb through that. Then we've got whoa. I am not a fan of this. We'll take a look at the board in a second, but I just saw that the tokens are all floating around in here, so I'm going to need to do something about that. Right now, I think that something is going to be getting everything back in this envelope. But I doubt very much that they're going to stay in the envelope. I'm probably going to switch over to baggies for all of these like I usually do. We've got looks like that's probably Axis units if I had to take a guess. I'm sure the rulebook will tell me whose units are whose. And this will be the other side with the tanks, the artillery. I see the infantry, probably the pillboxes, and card holders. We've got our terrain, cards, and if I can ever get them out, we've got the dice. We'll get those back in, and we will take a look at the board. Once again, I'm not going to have a problem with putting everything back in the top of the box because I'm not taking the insert out. We'll put the rulebook off to the side for the time being, take a look at the board. It's not laying flat, but for demonstration purposes, it'll be fine. You can see here how the board is divided in 3 sections. If this is anything like Star Wars Battle of Hoth, you'll be using command cards to drive which section of the board you're ordering. And it looks, okay, so it looks like it does have icons. Looks like we've got the Allies down here, and I see the Iron Cross for the Axis back here. The other thing I want to look at is, okay, so it is double-sided. It is double-sided, but what I was looking for is I was looking to see if this was like Star Wars Battle of Hoth, where there's an epic mode on the back, which is what necessitated me needing to get a second copy of Star Wars Battle of Hoth. But there is not. Looks like this is more of a grassland terrain. Actually, it looks like, okay, so, all right, so this side of the board is actually more of a beachhead, is more of a beach-like scenario. And then this is probably more of a field, more inland. Let's get that back in the box. That's going to go that way. Those aren't going to close. I'll figure out how I want to deal with the tokens later here. They're getting ready to go flying on me again. I think that'll be fine. We'll bring the book back in shot, and we'll thumb it through this. Okay, looks like we've got all of our scenarios. We've got quite a few of them in the box. Components explaining how everything works. This game looks like it came out way back in 2004. Okay. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Wednesday night unboxing here on the channel. And like I said, I will be moving out to my desk for tonight's last game once I get done here. It'll take me a minute to set it up, though. Okay. Everything looks fairly straightforward from the looks of it here. Explaining the special units. I imagine the first few scenarios probably won't have much in the way of special units. Then we got some variants in here. So it looks like I might need multiple copies of the game for a Memoir 44 Overlord. Okay. And now we're starting to get into the scenarios in here. So we've got Pegasus Bridge, which is the 6th of June, 1944. Then we've got Sainte Marie Église and Sword Beach, also on the 6th. Pointe du Hoc, Omaha Beach. Montmouchet, Vassaux-Vercourt. My French is awful. Operation Cobra, Operation Lutich. Toulon, Campaign for Southern France and the Liberation of Paris. Montélimar and Arnhem Bridge. Ericourt and St. Vith in the Ardennes. Looks like a bulge scenario. Severn Gap and Omaha Beach. And the credits. Looks like there's a place to register the game as well. So, food for thought, but very cool. This should close nice and clean. Assuming I can make the box cooperate with me, and I can. And that is everything in the box for Memoir 44, and now I'm officially all caught up on unboxing. So now it's just a matter of getting maintenance done on the games as they've come into the collection. So that'll do it for this unboxing of Memoir 44. Stay tuned, as I will be going live with a game video later tonight. I've got to do a couple things around here first before I get to that. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.